data bundles, implying a rejection of the social bill. I mean,
I think
I
this
can't
was
talk about.
this was also part of the things you kept
So
on the
she's
page.
going to work on it.
Yes, please. She would.
But it's a revised. What do you call it?
I understand it's the revised, but trust me, she
These
would.
are public records, Mr. Speaker. So if someone should read and say that, oh, Honorable Paul is saying that they shouldn't accept the Sunsu bill, then I never even said that. I never said that.
Yes, please. She would. She takes that into consideration.
Madam Clerk, please, I beg you. It's a plea. I beg you.
Honorable Elvis, do you still wish to talk or? Honorable Abigail, the floor is yours. Honorable Abigail, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. And please, looking through the minutes,
Please, if you have your phone, if you have the microphone closer to your phone, move the phone away from the microphone.
Thank you. Okay, so looking through the minutes, I can see that Honorable Akon, of which I don't know who Honorable Akon is, Honorable Opari. So I suggest that when you are writing a minute, you should be using the full names. And also, you shouldn't say Honorable Akon, and then in the next sentence, you write the person's full name. Do you get it? It looks like it's two different people. So you should correct that.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Elvis, please, the floor is yours. Shortly then. Please, I think for your side, your microphone works.
Okay. So, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Section Section IIICC.
Yes, please.
It should be subsequent administrations, not subsequent administration, because this is a generational something, right?
Yes,
subsequent administrations.
Yes,
Thank
please. You. All right. So, Section IIIFF, Honorable Kelvin Osei-Entry suggested referring the bill to the appropriate committee. Section III, the next one, Honorable David, Honorable, please, can we do this? After they've spoken, we would actually skip the reading of this, read the next one, and then give her one more chance to go through it, because I don't want us to be correcting it, then it will be delaying us, or you've not even attacked the main reason why we are here. And the reason why I made us do this is I believe she had revised this, so it was not going to take my time, only to realize that there are a lot. So after they do the correction, you all forward the corrections to the page, then we read the fourth sittings minutes, then we go. So Honorable Kelvin first, then Honorable Kelvin.
Thank you for the opportunity, right Honorable Speaker. The FF, Honorable Kelvin Osei-Entry suggested referring the bill to the appropriate committee. Mr. Speaker, I never said, I was detailed like here. I said when a bill is being brought to the House, a motion will be moved and sent to the appropriate committee before we debate on it and vote as a bill and pass it as a bill. So I never said it should be referred to appropriate committee. So our beautiful class, can you rectify that part for me? Okay, thank you.
So I think those are two different things. So honestly, he didn't say what you've stated. He said something else. Honorable L.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Section IIICC, he also added that it should not also be at the expense, and it should not also beat the expense.
So there is a space there. Honorable Clerk, I hope you are taking notice. Yes, please. All right, so to save time, I would, again, let's give the clerks the opportunity to revise this again. So it will be revised, revised. Then we attack the minutes. The minutes, it is titled Minutes of the 2-1, but it's actually the minutes of the fourth sitting, which happened to be the online sitting. That looked at the introduction of the bill. So shall we all open it digitally, have a digital access to it, and then go through it, please? So minutes of the fourth sitting of the 16th Parliamentary Council held on the 23rd February 2025 on Google Meet. Section I. Section IA. Section IB. All right, so before I do that, I realize that most of the time I get to C, and then it's now that you are bringing me to A. So I'll give you 2 minutes to go through so that when I start, we can, move at the same pace. Just 2 minutes. All right, so section IA, section IB, section IC, section ID, section IE, section IF, section IG, section IH. So, Honorable Elvis, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Section ID. Honorable Elvis said he also added to his submission that it should not also beat the expense subsequent administration. It should be Honorable Elvis Nkrumah said it should also.
But I don't think
it should also not be
the
at
minutes,
the expense of subsequent administrations.
I don't think the minute is supposed to capture the correction of the minutes of the past sitting, is it?
But Right Honorable Speaker, that is what we have here.
It is supposed to. So, Madam Clerk, it's supposed to cover the commencement of public business. You don't, else it would. So, because it looks like this item is looking at. Okay, sure. Well, it's okay. It's okay to make that section 1, but. All right. So, Honorable Elvis, correction is duly observed. Honorable, we would hit to that. Honorable Patricia, please. The floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Section IC. My names have been wrongly arranged. So I would love that the clerk takes note of that.
So, Madam Clerk, please take notice of that. If you lack precision on that, her DMs are always open. Ask her about that, because actually, if you change the arrangement of the names, it's actually a different person. Honorable Opare, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Right, Honorable Speaker. So please, during our fourth sitting online, if you check section IH, Honorable Opare advocated that the library close to the CCB auditorium should be open. I actually didn't advocate for the library to be open. I did that when we had in-person sitting here. So that was our third sitting. During our online sitting, I actually thanked the House for working towards the advocacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that will be omitted from the records. Section II. Section II. So Section II covers the introduction of the bill. So Section III, Section III, Section III, Section IIIV, Section IIV, and then Section III, Section IIJ, Section IIK. So, Madam Clerk, I realize that you are still using the labeling from the Section I. However, Section I has been terminated, and you've introduced Section II. Yet you are still, after listing the bills, you are still using looks like the document is still using the labeling from the Section I. So please take note of that and then make those corrections. Section IIK, Section III, section IIL, section IIIN, section IIIO, section IIIP, section IIIQ, section IIIR. Honorable Jake, the floor is yours. The microphone, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Section IIIM. Yeah. Okay, so before I said what the clerk captured in a minute, I gave the clerk a couple of suggestions, things she could incorporate into her work that is going to make her work easier. I don't know why she failed to capture that. We've spent almost 1 hour on correcting the minutes. So I think she should remember and add that in a minute and go by what I said. Those things I said, she should remember them. And yeah, so that subsequent sittings, we wouldn't waste so much time on minute correction. Thank you.
Section IIIO, section IIIP, section IIIQ, section IIIR, section IV, section IVS, section IVT, section IVU, section IVV. Honorable Paul, the floor is yours.
Section IVS, and I read all caucuses, the UNRC, and whole. I mean, it's not all caucuses, i.e., the UNRC and the whole should arrange and know when to meet and discuss the. So, do we have other caucuses there?
The UNRC, Madam Clerk, the UNRC is not a caucus. It's a caucus within a caucus, though, but it's not a caucus. Yes. The House recognizes the non-residential, the college, and then the hall. So I don't know what, I don't even know. Please make those corrections. Any other corrections to be observed?
Speaker, I think the corrections are becoming too much. The clerk should step up their game because we can't spend 1 hour correcting minutes whilst we have security to talk about. Please.
All right, so that has been duly observed. Any other? I'll take one last observation then.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, I really just want to make mention of the fact that, I mean, everything is being recorded. So I honestly don't see why we should be having mistakes of not being able to record what an honorable said during the sitting. So if our lovely clerks are unable to go back and maybe read through to be sure of what someone said, then it's not looking good. Thank you.
Yes, please. They would do better. I think even for this, we had a screen recording precision of what's happened, so they could have just accessed it and do better. Honestly, I think this is every sitting we have, we spend so much time deliberating and correcting minutes, and that is a bad thing. So, I don't really know how to go about this because of how this is going. So, I'd open the floor for a motion to be filed for the acceptance of the previous minutes. The reason is that I don't want to be the speaker that...
I think we should do it online so that all of us, we can do the corrections and everything and also approve it there so that we will not waste resources or anything and also approve it there so that we will not waste resources or anything.
All right. So I think what we will do is that they make the draft, they bring it to the house makes the necessary correction. Then, so when we are coming to actually correct the corrected or the adjusted minutes. So we'll take those steps and make sure that. So this would also join the other minutes and enter the culture of having to be revised and looked at in our next sitting. Shall we all attend to our other paper again and move to item 4? That is after the commencement of public business. Deliberation on security of students and the way forward. The Honorable House I do not know what to say, but I think we all have a lot to say about security, matters of security, and I would not even want to give an opening statement to shape somebody's thoughts or somebody's saying. I would just want to have what the true reflection of the members of Parliament's decisions are and emotions and intelligence are. However, my say will be that I plead with every honorable member to do less of emotions so that it does not offend a party, maybe a party of the university community. That is, whether it's being the lecturers, the staff, or whatever stakeholder of the university community. But the floor is open for deliberations. If any member seeks to raise a point on security of students and the way forward, that is what our meeting here today is purported at, how to make sure that going forward, the security of students and matters of security of students of K University are apt and what students can do to help. So the floor is open for deliberations. Honorable Hakman, the floor is yours.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I would like to define what illumination is. Illumination refers to the act.
What is?
Illumination is.
Illumination.
Illumination. Yes.
Can you spell it? Because I have a lot of something words
So
in my head. So please spell it.
ILLU.
Please, honorable is spelling. Okay, illuminate. Like Illuminati.
Illumination.
But all right, you spell it. Spell it.
ILLU. I know. Okay, thank you very much. So it refers to the act or state of making something brighter, lighter, or more understandable. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say this. So if not for proper illumination, how would have the CCTV camera captured the unfortunate situation which occurred some days ago? And so I think we need more improvement with respect to our lighting systems. When you are using certain areas or parts on campus, it's very dark, and even off campus as well. And so, Mr. Speaker, lighting is really important. Illumination is really important. Without it, how can CCTV footage work properly? So it's really important we look into this matter and make sure we work things out. And Mr. Speaker, it's not really important for students to live wherever they are coming from, as far as where they are coming from, just because we have that thought that in the library you'll be able to learn better. You see, you are in a place like Jinyase, Apiedu, and also far areas. You are coming to campus, subjecting yourself to insecurities, which is very bad. You see, students themselves can create avenues, or they can create, like tables, or even they can buy chairs or something to learn on. It's not every time you have to move from wherever you are to campus to learn. Learning can be done everywhere as long as it's quite suitable. So, Mr. Speaker, this is what I'm adding up. I think we have to do that that publicity to the students, that they should take their security into their own hands. They are the first security officers of their own life before any other party comes in. And so, Mr. Speaker, this is the little I have to say. Thank you.
All right, so I will take Honorable Opari's point of correction because Honorable Opari, the floor is yours.
Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker. I would like to let me say correct what Honorable Hackman said right now. He made mention that we need to make it clear to our colleagues that it's not really necessary to leave wherever you are to come to campus and study, which I'm not in agreement with him. Because before someone can study and study very well, it needs a conducive environment. Wherever you are studying can even affect whether you're learning or you can grasp things well or not. So we have hostels that you are there with your colleagues, you all paid 5,000. Are you going to tell someone that don't play music? You can't tell somebody what to do at the hostel. So sometimes you need to leave your comfort zone, which is your room, come to the library and study. As we are talking right now, right on, we don't have Wi-Fi off campus. So if a student is off campus and that person stays in his or her room and he is studying, how can the person do research if the person wants to do research? Though we have Vodafone SIM for students, but sometimes we have network challenges. It becomes very easier when you are studying on campus. So, right, Honorable, I'm not in agreement with Honorable Hackman saying that it's not really necessary to come from your room all the way wherever you are to campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Opari. Honorable Esnam, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In addition to what Honorable Opari was just saying, now, from what Honorable Hackman said, that it's not convenient for students to leave and come, like we have to try to change that notion. I agree, but I don't agree with how it was presented, because there are study areas in the school for a reason, for students to go and study there. And the reason why the study areas were created in the first place was to be able to make a conducive environment so that students feel comfortable studying there. If you realize, most of the study areas on campus have ACs. There's a reason why those are there, to make sure that the student feels comfortable enough to study there. Now, with the initial point that he made about the CCTV camera illumination, before we started this, we observed a 1-minute silence for the departed. The departed happened to be a member of Achimota School, an alumni of which I went to. So I take this case a little bit personal. Now, with the CCTV camera, I'm very, very saddened that it was caught on CCTV camera. Reason being that means where she happened to be killed, there was a camera that recorded the whole thing. That means somebody was supposed to be seated behind the camera to be able to call emergency action to what was happening during that time. Because why do we have presence of cameras on campus and a situation like that is being recorded? We have evidence and nothing was done about it. Not to step on the toes of university management, but this is really, really painful. Because past Parliament, even I remember in our last sitting, one of the members of the Hall Caucus advocated for the presence of CCTV cameras. But then is the presence of the CCTV camera enough? Because now where it happened, there was a CCTV camera. And it saw what happened. And so what? I think the part that we have to go is right now we have to make sure that we put measures in place for emergency and quick actions. We have police in the school, literally. Patrol points. If Konti and Katanga were doing morale, the whole school is on shutdown. You would see a lot of police and even military people on campus. So if we are having examinations, and it's not even for the murder, only for thefts. Now this person happened to be killed. One of the emergency tips we are giving is to walk in pairs. This person was killed by the pair. Please, let us take actions as student leaders to make sure that what happened to Joanna, it's very, very unfortunate that it was caught on the camera that we advocated for as student leaders. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Honorable Albert, I'll let you speak, but before you speak, I want to share a bit of knowledge with my honorable house. I happen to have been fortunate to have a view of the CCTV footage. And the truth is that the school has about 1,950 something. If I mention the last figure, I'm lying to you because I don't remember. But I remember there's 1,900 and something cameras around campus. That is here only. Satellite campuses are not around. And if you go to where where they do their monitoring, they have 3 big boards, and one board is like this size. That's about 65 inches of the display, and it has it in 9. Like that's 3, 3, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then at every point, if they choose, let's say, Unity Hall has a lot of cameras. So all of Unity Hall cameras would come. That's why it's 9. So it means that Unity Hall probably even has more than 9 cameras. Sometimes they divide one screen into about 3, and it's showing like they use like the entrance for this screen. So maybe the entrance, they have 3 cameras there. You get me? So the problem now is, unless the school has a lot of money to have a system where because most of the cameras are motion sensitive, that when they detect motions, they zoom in, like the one that recorded the incident. But it is not equipped with an alarm system. You get me? Because I don't think, apart from that, unless we have, let's say, 3,000 people looking at all the cameras, or 1,900 and something looking at all the cameras. Apart from that, even, I don't know any other place, the best I think they can do is to have a number of people, let's say 20 people at a time looking at. Even that, it takes luck for them to have an incident happening, and then that very incident, coincidentally, is also showing up. I don't know if you get me. So a screen is taking, let's say a screen is taking about 500 or 600 CCTV cameras. And then they are shared into 9 per screen, or let's say 10 per screen. You get me? And then let's say after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, it shifts to the other. When it shifts, what if something is happening at the other end? Do you get what I said? So for these, that's why they've kept around that surveillance, the CCTV, when you pass around, they tell you that this area is under, I think, 24-hour surveillance services or something. You get it? So the truth is that the school does not lack systems where somebody is looking at them. It has. They even run 24-hour service. I don't know, but I was still in the process of begging to take your caucus heads there, because it took a lot of plea from some authorities to send some of us there to look at it. So I'm still begging. I'm hoping that. But the reason is that now it's no more for public consumption. It is an evidence in the law court. So unless the case has been dealt with, that is why they've not released it. And I tell you that the school is never wrong when they tell you that this is what happened. It is not anybody that did it, but the person, what the school shared is precise. It's very unfortunate that somebody kept the knee on somebody's neck for more than 5 minutes, waited, tried dragging the person, realized that the person still had a bit of life in her, went ahead to keep the knee on her for extra 2 minutes. So she was totally out, and then dragged the person, stayed with the body. I don't want to share. I don't even know if this is criminating or not. So it's something of the court. So I don't want to go into that. But please, Honorable Esnam, the school has those systems in place. Point of correction. All right.
Mr. Speaker, please, in my submission, if I remember correctly, I never said the school didn't have systems. I said that it was unfortunate that this was caught on surveillance, and then
as part of your recommendation, you were saying that they should have somebody sit behind the cameras. That's what I'm.
It was actually emergency action when a situation is happening. That was my advocacy, because if we have the cameras and then it's happening, we have to have a system in place that will follow.
Actually, they have a system. That's what I'm saying. The only problem is that the difficulty is that it is very rare that the incident is happening, and that is what the screen is projecting. You get what I'm saying? Because if an incident is happening here, and then the screen that is taking about 500 CCTV cameras is projecting 9 of them at a time. You get me? So it has to run several, about 20 something. You just do the division before it gets to one part. So if it's happening at the other side, it is until maybe an hour or two later that it comes back to that same one. However, they are all recorded and they are all being saved. Do you get it? Yeah, so Honorable Albert, please, the floor is yours. Then Honorable Paul will speak. Honorable Albert.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm actually rising on the point of information pertaining to an earlier statement Honorable Hackman made, okay? Yes, Honorable Hackman made mention that we should encourage our people to at least study in their rooms and where they will feel safe. I understand that. But I want Honorable Hackman to understand today, and then everybody in the house to get this one, that if I wouldn't be strict or something like that, do you actually know the number of students we have in KNUST? And then ask yourself, how many of them comes to the library? If everybody is to come to the library, do you know how, or do you know that is going to be possible for the library to contain such numbers? Meaning that there are still students who are learning in their rooms and other places where they can feel safe. But then, what you said, it actually got to me, because even you live at Jinyase somewhere. But on last week, during the miss, Honorable Hackman, I saw you learning in the SRC hostel. Yes. So if you, a student leader, you are saying this, but you are doing otherwise, then I think we still have a lot to do as students. Yes, thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I think with what...
Honorable Paul, the floor is yours. Please, I don't want to send us into rebuttals.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So, I understand what you wanted to say, that we have all the measures in place, isn't it? Almost all the measures in place. But what we are saying is that it's not adequate. If we have 5 or 10 people monitoring the security cameras, why don't we get 20? Let's get more people to be behind the security cameras so that if incidents like this is happening, because we, the students, we don't want to just see the culprit being apprehended by the police. No, we want our students to be still part of us. We don't want to lose anyone. I don't know if you get me, Mr. Speaker.
Prevention first.
Prevention is better than cure. Yes, so let's get more people behind the cameras, and then we the students, we will be safe. Just imagine the 1,900 cameras that you are talking about, and we have about 100 people behind these cameras. It means that one person is looking at 10 cameras. So we will be safe if that measure is put in place. So, Mr. Speaker, I second what Honorable SNM of Independence is saying, that the university management should, employ more people. We don't know the cost, but we understand that the university management, love students. They are taking good care of us. We are their priority. So, Mr. Speaker, please allow Honorable SNM to make that advocacy that there should be more people behind the security cameras so that incidents like this will not happen again. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable. One clarity I would want to seek from the House is, how is that going to happen? Monetary-wise, is there a chance where we can actually get students to be trained and then students themselves some students would take that, or it should be fully, what is it called?
Right. Mr. Speaker,
online.
I brought it up, so I think I have to be the best person to reply this.
Yes.
You see, we can't trust students with security issues like this. I'm not saying students are not capable, but we can't trust us with it. But we have NSS or students that graduated from this school, 4th year, that's their NSS or something. And then they find it difficult to get, proper and then best place for them to do their NSS. So we can employ these, NSS students of KNUST. And then they will monitor the camera for us. I think that is better, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, please. Honorable George, you may speak. The Honorable Esinam would.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I have two major points. And then the first point is that we need to improve security presence, especially at isolated areas on campus. During the night, because it's like anytime you are walking on campus in the night, you don't really feel the presence of the security personnel. So, for example, if you go to the administration block of the institution, during the day, there are some security men at that side that check the cars passing and all those kind of things. But then, at night, you don't see them. You don't feel their presence. So I think this is one of the things that we need to look at. We need to be able to increase the presence of security, especially at night.
Masha.
Yeah. And then the second point is that majority of our students are living off campus. And I think we can have a conversation with management concerning our study spaces, because having libraries just on campus is not enough. I think the university has to look at a way of extending libraries to off-campus so that students will not have to come all the way from their hostels to study on campus. And I think this is something that can be done. It's not something that is impossible. So if the university can be able to negotiate with local organizations, business, and government, I think this thing can be done. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Honorable Esinam, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. With the security campaign that you were saying, if the House would remember, at the beginning of this semester, the House organized some sort of a road safety campaign where we, the student leaders ourselves, banded together and then tried to pull the members of our constituency to make them aware of road safety, basically. Can't we do a similar thing when it comes to security? Because first of all, Joanna, blessed be her soul, if she was aware of how to handle herself in such a situation, I am not sure that she would have been killed, because then she would know how to overpower him and how to get him off her, where to get help, where to run to, definitely because it was dark, how to access help, quick thinking. If we start drilling it into the heads of our students, then we will not have to now come here, come and talk about it after we have lost a life. Also, I'd like to make a suggestion. Our Conti and Cats boys, they have a lot of energy. I'm sure we have all seen morale. Can't we find a way to redirect that energy instead of how to go and fight Conti boys who have come after your girlfriend? Can the school find an incentive of some sort to create these two powers, like give them an incentive, even if it's monetary, something to make them responsible, like, okay, for this area, this is our area. Whatever happens here is associated to Conti. So if you come and do something here, we will come for you. Let's stop there. Let's beat each other. Because, come on. I'm telling you for a fact that even the notion that we bibi wohana Conti chiwa is going to deter a lot of people from misbehaving. A lot of people. Let's redirect the energy of these boys and these alumni. Let them do their morale, but then it has a different purpose behind it. Mr. Speaker, we have lost a life, somebody who went to study. Let's be proactive. Let's do things that is going to ensure that this situation never happens again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Honorable Opari, the floor is yours. Then Honorable Jake will speak. Then Honorable JB.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So, please, my submission will be in addition with what Honorable Esinam said earlier. Her first submission. Yeah. On Monday, around 1 a.m., I was at the study area closer to CCB. I was there with Honorable Esinam. So, right. Oh, that's a study room. So we went to study. Yeah.
Honorable Elvis, as president for you.
So right, Honorable. After studying, okay, Honorable Esina was going to Indies. I was going to off campus. So because she's a lady, I accompanied her to Pajo. Right, Honorable. When I came back to the study room for my bags so that I'll leave off campus, when I got there, I saw a gentleman. The guy just want to cry, moving up and down in the study room, not knowing what to do. I just asked him, Charlie, what's happened? What's going on? He was like, I was just studying right now, and I didn't know what happened. I just slept. By the time I wake up, my phone is gone. And, right, Honorable, so instantly, in that study room, before you enter, they've written 24-hour CCTV. They've written it there boldly. So I told him, oh, don't worry, you are safe. Just, there's an office here. Just let's go there. They will take care of it. So, Honorable, we went there, and they told the guy to come in the next day. Because I was having paper, I couldn't go with him the next day. So the next day, he came back to the study room. He saw me. I was like, Charlie, how far? Have you gotten your phone? He was like, they've sent me to the detective. I should go there. There's the video there. The guy who took my phone, they've narrated everything to me. How he did, how he posted himself. They've said everything to me. So I should go there. The guy went there. He came back and told me that the detectives are saying that this guy, they know him. He is a past student. He has been stealing people's phone. And this is not the first time. This is not the second time. Right, Honorable? This adds to what Honorable Esinam said. There's a CCTV camera at the study room, and someone was able to still there, how the person posted, you know everything. But in the act of the action, no one saw it until the damage was done. I think it's about time we have to do some improvement in our security. They are actually doing well. And in fact, we, the UNLC, myself being the president of UNLC, in agreement with my honorable members, we've captured the watchdogs, which is the security men of campus, in our budget. So I'll use this particular platform to advocate for our security that if there's something the house can do for them, we should do it. Because there's a saying that to whom much is expected, much is given, much is expected. To whom much is given,
I think
much is
the
expected.
vice versa is even right.
Yeah. So, right, Honorable, all I want to say is that looking at what happened to this gentleman, they were able to narrate the story to him. But when the guy was picking the phone, somebody should have noticed it. There's security men, if here's the study room, there's an office behind, and there are security men there. Someone was on duty at that night. Someone was on duty. Someone has been assigned to that particular study room that have CCTV cameras, but the guy's phone was gone. And on this earth, before every student will trust the fact that I can study and sleep, that person knows the CCTV cameras. Meanwhile, we can't trust the CCTV camera because they will kill you before we notice they've killed you. So we have to do something about that, right, Honorable? Thank you very much.
Yes, please. So I think taking knowledge from what you are saying, it looks like the CCTV deals with the aftermath of the issue and does not really prevent it. It is after the thing has happened that you have to go and look for it. All right, so Honorable Jake, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a guy with a little sister, I greatly relate to this incident. Because the last time, I told myself that if this particular incident was my sister, how would I?
You could have killed a lot.
I would have killed a lot. It's not easy. It's not easy, right, Honorable? It's quite unfortunate that something like this had to happen. On Sunday, last Sunday, I moved from my constituency to ADRC, and around 8 p.m. And it was like a 40 minutes walk, and I can attest to the fact that I met close to no security personnel throughout that 40 minutes walk.
But on Thursday, I made a 5 minutes walk from the Bomsu gate to library, and I met about, I can't count. So I don't understand why something has to happen to a student of KNUST before we beef up security. It's very disturbing. Last week, I read on Oprah News, a student of MIT developed an AI system that looks like a bee, and it flies. What it does is, it helps in agriculture. I don't know why KNUST cannot empower its students to go into fields like that. It's very possible that alert systems will be implemented in our CCTV cameras to be able to determine when something odd is happening. It's very possible to do something like that. But the students of KNUST with brains, I actually know guys in my class who can do something like that. Yes. I actually know guys in my class who can do something like that.
The Honorable George can.
Yeah. And if the College of Science, if the robotics club in College of Science can be given the adequate resources, I think they can be able to work on developments like this. It's not all the time that we have to wait for the white man to develop something before we go and bring it to our country. No. This is a prompt that KNUST has to start empowering its students to go into fields like this. It's very bad. And you spoke about the fact that there was a central monitoring room. I was thinking that instead of having a central point where all the CCTV cameras are being monitored, why don't we decentralize it? Taking where the incident happened, for instance, I'm very sure the monitoring center will be like somewhere commercial area. Even if you are able to detect...
It's at where Honorable Opari said they went to, and they told them that's actually the place.
Okay, so that means CCB, right? Honorable CCB. Before, even if an alert is triggered at KSB, before you move from that place and you get to KSB, what the person intends to do will be done. So instead of we having a centralized point where we monitor the CCTV cameras, we can decentralize them. So instead of monitoring Conti, there are CCTV cameras from CCB. Why don't we get a monitoring center at Conti? So that when something is happening, there will be a short response time. Thank you, Mr.
All right, sure. This brings me to a story I used to share when I was running for SRC president. I think from this is how the house. Thank you. And please, let me share this shortly then. Honorable Jebi will speak, the Honorable Samuel would also speak. This is how Harvard, then Honorable Elvis will speak. This is how Harvard solved their security issues. Harvard has cameras within a range, and then it's all over. But what happens is that the cameras have alarm system. So when it detects motions, the alarm goes off. And the students are also, when you are able to shout, it blows it off automatically. Apart from that, there is also a point where, that is only if you're a student, there is also a point where you have to touch to activate it. So let's say something is happening, but the person is not able to shout, but you are at distance and you are seeing it, you can touch, you just touch, and then it gives you access to the, the area, then you just point the numbers. So the light post, and they are light posts. So it's simple. You just have to mount the light post, and then the light post, you attach the CCTV camera, the alarm systems, and the sensors to it. That is how it works. And it's very simple. So let's say this was happening. Somebody was standing at KSB, but it's far from. You just have to press. Maybe KSB is zone 1. So when you press, all the alarm blows off. Then you just choose which one to specialize on. So you just press maybe zone 1, post 17. Then the others go up, then post 17 comes. So when that happens, that's when the security, and I think if you're harming somebody and alarm goes off, the lights comes on, and all that, you run. You would even stop attacking the person. And I had this intel from those of you that follow Harvard closely. They have this paper, the Crimson. Yeah. So during admissions, they let their leaders come and then they share tips on how they handle stuff. So somebody asked how security is, and then they were showing. I was like, the white man is actually white. Like, he's so brilliant. How? And then it's actually powered by their student union. It's actually powered by their student union. So, Honorable JB, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I commend or start with my submissions, I would want us to commend the university on their action towards this particular incident. Not just the university, but the Ghana Police Service and the entire management. Mr. Speaker, we could clearly attest to the fact that in our university environment, we have more than enough security personnel. So why then do we still have issues when our security is still not complete in terms of student security? Mr. Speaker, when you get to each and every point on this campus, you could realize that they've positioned or they've stationed each and every security at a particular post. And their duty is supposed to make sure that that particular environment is safe and sound. Now, the point is, why are they not doing their work on time? Mr. Speaker, someone can argue from the basics that they come and they spend so much time over there and then they do not get enough time to patrol. That is why the university is running a shift system with the security personnel. So we don't even understand why a particular security man would be stationed at a particular place and yet something would happen over there and then the security will have no idea about it. Mr. Speaker, when we look at the incident that happened at the Disability Center, you could clearly note that it's not even a security man that got to know that a student is lying there, but then it was a student. So it means, Mr. Speaker, we are lacking checks and balances in our security system, which I recommend that the university or the security team should actually get someone that would do the checking for us so that we know that this particular security man is not just sleeping at his or her post, but they are rather doing the work of a security man. However, Mr. Speaker, in as much as our security men are checking up our places for us, there should be a caution to the entire student. My personal experience between a student and a security man was so harmful, where some of us students do attack and assault these security men with the tag that they are ordinary security men and then we are students. They are taking care of us. You know, when this issue came, we are all arguing for the fact that security. But are we also doing our part as students to give the needed respect to these security men, for them to also passionately take care of us in the university system? Mr. Speaker, secondly, we still have pictures circulating about our dear sister online everywhere that's now, it looks like it's the topic of the day, even trending more than the State of the Nation address. Mr. Speaker, in media, we have what we call media ethics. And then some of the media ethics talks about the fact that you can't just post and share someone's picture in that posture. And Mr. Speaker, any of us or any of her family members can take any of us to the courts to sue us for posting such a picture on the media. We wouldn't like it if it was supposed to be our relative. However, Honorable Newman is here, which we are still solidarizing with him, to be able to console him, and I'm not sure that it would be so much good to see such thing online. Mr. Speaker, my last submission would be on the patrol team that we have on our campus. Mr. Speaker, we all know that sometimes you see them, not all times, but sometimes, you see the patrol team moving around doing all that they are supposed to do. But then the fact that they will reach a particular junction and stay there, looking as if that side is the spot of the university. Mr. Speaker, you know where I'm talking about. Close to Hall 7. I'm not mentioning the specific junction, but Mr. Speaker, you know where I'm talking about. If the car could move from that side and then do the needful around KSB, Bomswahin sign, and then all Agric Junction and all that side, we would be very, very grateful. Rather than the car sitting just to a particular hall close to Hall 7 for a very long time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Honorable Samuel, as our president, please, you have the floor. Please, this is not the first time he's speaking. He has spoken a lot of the times, if you take note.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Patrick Chi Apia. So I'd want to show some respect to the dear lady who has lost her life. May her soul rest in peace. As a matter of fact, I'm taking my cap off. I don't take it off for anybody. Yes, but just to observe and respect her soul. Now, I'm very happy to be here. Not happy because of the incident, but because when I came here, in spite of how heavy our hearts are, we are all here to make advocacies to better the security in KNUST. I have put down 4 points that I'd want to share with the House. Yes. Now, the first one is that I've observed that whatever we are saying so far, we are talking out of context. If you look at this particular case, it's a case of bad relationship, like relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend thing. So I feel one of the most important submissions we can give now is to hit the nail on the head. We have to address relationships, bad relationships on campus, right? That's the first thing we have to do. That is if we are talking in context, right? And so I'm suggesting that a lot of honorable members have said that we have to do education. One of the key education we have to do is that we talk to students that if you are in any toxic relationship as of now, please move out. The boys who invest so much in relationships, so much so that they feel it's their property, to maybe the girl is their property. That is not how we do it, right? There's no 100% assurance, and you don't buy anybody by investing in relationships. You understand? And so that is for the male. Now, for the females, human beings are not toys that we play with. You don't enter a relationship and then you don't live like that. You understand? This particular case, I don't know the boy personally, but from Prempeh College, he's a very honorable boy. That is the standards that Prempeh College has. The second best school in Kumasi, second best after Opokwari School. So I know the guy is not someone who, this situation, in medical terms, I would say it's a bad adrenaline rush. Thank you very much, House. So you realize that the guy was under the influence of adrenaline, that's the sympathetic nervous system, and then he acted in rush. You understand? Yes, so I cannot give all the relationship advices today, but then I am suggesting that we hit the nail on the head, we address toxic relationship. Every single student watching us right now who is in a toxic relationship should exit now. Now. Say no to toxic relationship. Number 2, now I compartmentalize my point to talk about stakeholders in this particular case. The stakeholders. Now, I have 4 stakeholders. The first one, the students. Now, you are the best person to take care of yourself, right? And so if we are taking it out of context and then we are advising, the student is the first person that we talk about. Now, I ask myself this question. I don't know if it has come up. If you move from the library in the evening, there are buses that take you to your location. Where the bus is not available. They were available. See, some students are also ignorant of their own security, you understand? The truth is that the area that they are suggesting, even if it was not a boyfriend, you could be attacked. It's a dark area, you understand? And so we have to we have to, even if you didn't go to the library, my honorable member, there are still buses that move around that you can stop and then board. And so that is what we have to look at. Now, I am just saying, if the buses are not working too, then there's another suggestion that we can give in the house, right? But I'm saying that the students should also be cautioned to prioritize their own security. Very important, right? Because nobody, no matter the measures that we put in place, students will be at risk of security threats. And then the students should always prioritize their own security. Now, in this time, I've observed that people are making fun of some security measures like walking pair. I'm telling you, when the situation came, before we saw the footages, we thought it was robbery, and it could be robbery. And if it's robbery, one of the best advice now that we can give is walk in pairs. So we cannot make fun of the security measure that we have to. We have to actually walk in pair. This is one of the unfortunate events that have happened, but I don't think it negates the walk in pair rule or security advice that has been there already. We have to be very careful about that. Yes. Now, the next stakeholder is the student leader. I mean, as student leaders, I think we are doing our work by being here advocating for more security measures. What I am praying is that we don't have to always wait for the incidents to happen. This is not the first time that something like this has happened in KNUST. When you follow the story, some people were saying 5 years ago when they were in KNUST, there were still these challenges, right? And so I'm just saying that the student leaders, as we are here, we have to not be here out of tradition, but we have to be here because there's something that has to be done. And that is the level of seriousness. That is why my Khalid Caucus has red on her hand now. You understand? Something has to be done. And then we are seeing as Khalid Caucus that this should be the last time something like this happens. And so every single measure that we are putting up now, we have to make sure, from your leadership to the SRC president, we have to make sure they are implemented to make sure no other life is lost. The next one, main administration. Now we ask ourselves the question, why is it that when some of these issues happen, they increase the number of security on campus? Why? Because they are aware that the security on campus is not enough. Now I'll talk about it again. So it's not enough. It is very simple. Now, why don't they just employ other security people like what we have in the system? They bring actual policemen. Have you noticed? Now, let me explain my last point. The last stakeholder is security men. I have had the chance to talk to security men. Do you know the security men are not equipped? These people leave their family, their children to come to school. They don't even have torchlights. That's what one security man told me. So if there's something happening in the bush, he wouldn't go there because he's also afraid for his own life. They don't even have torchlights. And then you see, if you meet an armed robber in Kumasi, we call them Kwashe boys, the least he would have is a knife. And so you see, the security men are there. But because they are under-equipped, they cannot even work, you understand? And that is why, I think in the main administration's head, when some of these threats come, they don't ask the security men to come and patrol. They bring professional men, you understand? So they know that they are under-equipped, and they know that their skills is even down. Some of them completed SHS, and they were employed as security. They don't know anything about security. The people who are very brave are people who inherently are brave, like people from my hometown. You understand? And so I think we have to also look at the equipping security men. And from main administration point of view, they shouldn't wait. They know some of these things already. They shouldn't wait for some of these things to happen before they address it. And I think it is something that we have to also ensure at our end. The main administration doesn't rest on some of these issues. Now, other things that I've noted here, we have talked about like the lightning, right? Lightning, very important because the camera needs lightning to work. Now, you talked about the alarm system. I mean, some of these things, I don't know. I want to just support him for talking about the decentralized system. We cannot make a centralized system and then every event is there and there are no people, the people there, because there's not even a fast channel to transfer information, you understand? So I think we have to decentralize the system. If the security cameras are medical village, the people should be there watching. Some people should be on the ground. People should be there. There should be some communication network. Once the issue happens, we call them. If you see someone who is not probably a student-oriented person, you just give the alarm. You don't wait for the person to attack, you understand? So some of these things should just be put in place. I mean, these things have been said, so I wouldn't spend a lot of time on them. The last point is for me as the president for all health students, I mean, in the health sector, we save lives. We do two main things. Either we are saving life or we are preventing suffering. And so losing a life is something that goes, it hits me hard. It hits me hard not because the person is my friend, but because as part of my primary responsibility, I'm supposed to prevent it, right? And so I'd want to also put forward some of the issues that are affecting my college in particular respect to security. You all understand that Medical Village is, the health students have been relocated to Medical Village. Now it's a new site. And if the threat on campus with respect to security is 10, ours is 1,000, you understand? I spoke to the provost about the licensing at the police because some of the licensing system are down. And I'm telling you, if there should be any incident today, tomorrow they will fix the licensing, right? But this is a higher police, and so I'm also suggesting that we also prioritize that place with respect to security. Now, if you go there in the evening, there are only 3 security men. 3, and the place is very big. And these people don't even have torchlights, as I've already said. And so we are also advocating, I'm putting it forward that if it is possible, we increase the number of security men and then we equip them. Very important to me, right? Now, I will end by saying something that I have already said. Let's not be forgetful. I feel that is something that worries us a lot. When it happens, we are on it. But when situations, calm down, we just forget. Let's not be forgetful as a house. If all the other administrations have been forgetful, let's try and remember. Let's remember what has happened today. Let's use her soul as probably a sacrificial lamb that has died for all KNUS today with respect to security, right? So that no other person dies again with respect to security. I am praying that every other submission that we have brought here is implemented so that at the end of our administration, security will be something that we can boast about. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Samuel. Honorable Esnam, you had points of correction. Then Honorable George, I saw points of correction. Then Honorable Kelvin. I just mentioned his name, Honorable Kelvin.
Before I begin, I would like to say that Honorable Tampanga made some brilliant submissions, but then there are certain things that he said that didn't sit right with me. The first situation being the buses on campus. The student populace is large as it is. Now, if we would all have noticed, the school has taken an initiative to build another library complex that's in front of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. If you go deeper, the reason is because the existing facilities cannot accommodate the students' body when it's time to study. Now, the buses on campus, I have been there during this mid-semester week. It's just one. From the library to, I think, Gaza, it is just one. So now, creating it in such a way that we have adequate resources on campus and students are not taking, I don't think it's fair to the student body at all. Like, not in the least. Now, with the issue that he said that the fundamental of this situation was relationship, I beg to differ. If both of them were evenly matched as at that situation, no matter how toxic the relationship was, and if she was matched evenly and knew what to do in that situation, she would have challenged him. She would have been fine. She wouldn't have died. It's not relationship. It's a security. As a female with a reasonable build, now the pictures of this person circulating around, if he were up against me, he wouldn't have killed me. Reason being that, honestly, physically, good. Exactly. That is what I'm trying to say, that it's fundamental security. There are some males present in the Parliament House right now that cannot overpower me, only based on the issue of my build. See how tall I am, see my neck. But then if they were going against females with lesser builds, we should be able to sensitize them on what to do. I remember when I was in SHS 2, we were being sensitized about what to do in issue of rape, sexual harassment. When we came to school, the same thing was done. We did road safety security. So why can't we do security? It is not relationship, my dear boy. Because from what we are being told, student leaders, we have not seen the videos, but then we have seen the communique. We are being told that he put his knee on her neck. If she had grabbed his crotch in such a way that he would feel physical pain. No, it is not easy. But
honestly, from that position, you can't hold somebody's...
Exactly. She wouldn't be able to do that in that particular position. That is why students leaders should be given access to that video, because they are tells. When the situation in which happened, it seemed meditated. They are tells. There are things that he did prior to pinning her on the floor. There was a way for him to get her on the ground. if we're able to get measures to sensitize our females that, look, that boyfriend, he loves you, but in a situation like this, we are not saying it should happen, but if it should happen, this is what to do. If it should happen, if we sensitize it and drill it into the head of our females who grow up to be mothers, they will sensitize their kids. But you can't come and tell me that this was an abusive relation. It's not me. When he said that, no. The fundamental issue wasn't abusing the relationship. It was the fact that she was unevenly matched against the boy. Very uneven. That's not what I am saying. I'm saying that matters of the heart, he is a medical practitioner. Matters of the heart, darling boy, when a female is actually inclined with a gentleman, it's very difficult for you to advise the female.
All right. So I think you've made your point and we've duly observed it. The only thing I would want to say is that the only reason why students do not have access to the video, and access to the video is because of the fact that it is the laws of what they say, an incriminating evidence or what else at the law court. So unless the case has been dealt with, and then you would have access to it. Honestly, the truth is that at this point it cannot be seen anywhere other than the courts. That's the truth. So even if I show it to you, that's why for us, if I tell you when we went to, it was before that we had to be rushed to because they said after that we can't watch it unless after the case. So at announcement, I will give you a brief of what actually happened. But Honorable Tampanga will speak. The Honorable George will speak. Honorable George was supposed to speak, but please permit me to let Honorable Paga speak. But after Honorable Samuel, I wouldn't let Honorable. If you raise hand, I wouldn't let you speak. All right. Honorable Samuel, please speak.
This is not a debate.
Honorable Samuel, please speak. Please speak.
This is not a debate. So usually we are telling people, we are educating ourselves and people, and we are also doing advocacies, right? I feel what she said, she could have said it to supplement what I said, but not to contradict what I said. Because if you tell me, if I say the basics were toxic relationship, if I said that the basics were toxic relationship, you could have added that, okay, you also think that it wasn't the only thing. You understand? Because you cannot tell me that when two military men meet, I'm telling you, they are both trained, but one can kill the other. You understand? So it is not about the fact that they are. So you are telling me that from what you said, if you are in a toxic relationship, you should stay in and then train yourself with respect to security skills. That is not what we are saying. You understand? So the basic, if the situation, if the relation, because the relationship from the stories, if you have read, it was always a toxic relationship. So she should have left when it started. That is what I am saying. But if you are adding that, the woman could have also outpowered the man, you understand? That is something, a way to go. Because I think if we expand the whole narration and we are looking at broader security threat like armed robbery, if you meet an armed robber and then you have some security tips, it helps you, you understand? So it's something that we can extrapolate. But in this case, you cannot cancel out my point by saying it's a toxic relationship. Because it's a general truth. It's you understand? So you can only add that this is what you also think. And I think it would be very beautiful. Thank you very much.
All right. Honorable George, the floor is yours. What if the woman also outpowers the man and kills the man?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rose on a point of information. Yeah, Honorable Tampanga made mention of the points that we should not be forgetful. Yeah, so I want to suggest to the House that we have an action plan. All the deliberations we are making, I'm suggesting that we put down the salient points on paper as a document, and then we should submit it to the Directorate of Students Affairs, and then we can follow up. Thank you very much.
Honorable Kelvin, the floor is yours. Please hand him the microphone.
Thank you for the opportunity that you've given to me, Right Honorable Speaker. A whole lot has been said about our late sister and friend, Miss Joanna's death. I want to add a few things to it and we move forward. First and foremost, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the initiative taken by the university management in collaboration with the security service and the regional police to as stated in the communique from the Office of the Registrar, dated on 27th of February, for immediate release. Update on the death of Miss Joanna Delandim Yagbani. Sorry for mentioning the name wrong. If I'm concerned with the second paragraph. The management of KNUST, in collaboration with the Security Service and the Regional Police Command, led by the IGP himself, is taking necessary measures to ensure the safety and the security of students and the entire university community. To this end, security has been significantly reinforced with 1, over 50 police officers deployed across campus. 5, mobile police patrol teams from the anti-robbers squad. 34 patrol officers from the SWAT unit in the Ashanti region. Additional security personnel stationed at a strategic locations. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to know the measures that, is the measures going to be a short-term or a long-term measures that will help to reduce this incident? Mr. Speaker, secondly, it's about the 80% deduction of UNRC fund. Mr. Speaker, up to now, I don't understand, because as part of UNRC, and in fact, non-residential caucus, I've never seen the essence of this 80%, because before this incident, we had an incident at Ayeduas where a guy nearly lost his eye. Because I don't know the amount that they deduct. I don't know the benefit of it. Because the security they are always advocating is not security at all, Mr. Speaker. So they should take note of that. And lastly, the rate at which these media houses channel their energies into spreading this news, I'm just advocating that they should take into consideration and also post the safety tips that we all know. That my brother Tampanga said, that we should work in pairs and those kind of things. They should advocate for that thing too, and also organize safety campaigns. If once a month would be okay, and also relationship seminars too. We should entertain that. Mr. Speaker, I want to end with this Latin quote: "Acita non verba," which means actions, not words. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, effective action should be taken on these measures. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I believe Honorable Paul will speak. Honorable Caesar will speak. Honorable Paul is speaking. Honorable Caesar is speaking. Honorable Oparu will speak. Then Honorable L. So please, let's just do it. So you see, at this point, everybody has something to share. So the problem is with how long you speak as a person. If you speak too long, Honorable Paul started prompting me about 30 minutes ago that he wants to speak. But because lots of persons have been, they will say one point, repeat it again, repeat it. See, he could have spoken in 10 minutes time, but he's speaking in about 30 minutes time. So please, just say what you're saying in a very brief manner so that everybody speaks and we have full coverage of everybody's knowledge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So the part that we are right now is deliberation on security of students and the way forward. So this is what I suggest, Mr. Speaker. I suggest that the university management structure the shifts of security personnel during examination time. So if I don't know how they do it, but we are just pleading that more security members should be brought to the evenings during examination period. All right. And then the watchdogs of campus. The watchdogs of campus. I understand that they are residents, they are community members. Wow. So as the decision body of the SRC, I think we have to speak with the Executive Council or even our SRC president for us to channel some funds, not to the watchdogs. We will come there. But the funds should be channeled to employing private security companies. Private security companies. If we are to get private security companies to come and then patrol off campus, I believe off campus will be tighter than giving monies to residents or community members to, they're not even giving residents to patrol. So, Mr. Speaker, what I suggest is that the SRC must start pushing funds to private securities for them to come and help the university security when it comes to examination periods. Like we can get some 2 or 3. I mean, they might even sponsor us or something where they will slash the actual price and then maybe we will pay half and then they do a proper and then like they will provide tighter security for off-campus and then campus too. Because for some of you that are thinking that off-campus is more dangerous than campus, please, you are wrong. Campus too is dangerous. Campus is very, very dangerous. From Pajo to engineer Aidiasi Gate is very, very dangerous. There was a time that Honorable Teresa told me that she got robbed at Pajo then. She got robbed. First year, right? A laptop. She got robbed there. So please, so for some of you that are thinking that off-campus is dangerous than campus, please, you are lying. Even in front of our house and then behind our house, it's very, very dangerous. So, Mr. Speaker, I suggest that, again, that we push funds to private security companies or even we motivate the security, the KNUST security personnel for them to work harder or we employ more people because 85,000 students is too much.
Thank you. Honorable JB will speak, the Honorable Opari will speak. Please, in contrast with, the reason is that if I allow Honorable Paul to speak and then a point of order or any point is raised, it means it's in connection to what he's saying. So we still do with that before we come back to the other arrangement to make. That's why Honorable JB is speaking and Honorable Opari will speak. Probably Honorable Tando will speak. Yes, please. To what he's saying, yes, please.
Paul
Yes,
Edopoku said. Mr. Speaker, I would want us to take the House back to last year,
yes, please,
where students still did this advocacy in terms of security.
Yes, please.
And we could attest to the fact that during the election period, we had people advocating for security as part of their main policies to implement when they are being given the chance to serve as student leaders in KNUST. Mr. Speaker, I think this is the right time for us to see the manifestation of those policies that was made to us during the election process. That security off campus, security on campus. Mr. Speaker, this is the time that we, the House, are coming together to push the agenda that the policy or the promise that was made to us should be put into practice. As my brother said over the factor non-verbal, we've heard enough of the words, and this is the time we should get all the actions. Thank you.
Thank you. So Honorable Opari will speak. Honorable Tando, then Honorable L.
Thank you, Right Honorable. Please, I would like to start by saying something about what Honorable Paul said. I think he actually made a statement which he considered maybe what I said earlier before making that statement. I said we, the UNLC, has considered the watchdogs of campus in our budget this year. And I continue to say that I would like to use this opportunity to advocate for our security system on campus so that whatever support the House can give to them, we give it to them. After giving it to them, then we expect much from them. He said, some of us thinking like that security off campus is better than on campus. None of us said that, and we are not thinking that way. We never said security off campus is better than on campus. But we said we've considered watchdogs off campus in our budget. So we're expecting the House to, if there's something the House can help the security with, we do it that way. Also, Honorable Tampanga submissions, I would like to state something clear. We, the UNLC, me being the president of the UNLC, this year we donated torchlights to the security system of KNUST. Okay? UNLC donated torchlights to the security. Chief Security, Patrick Menu, is the one we handed over to with some of his men available. We took a picture, we posted it in the House platform. So, in terms of torchlights, the UNLC, we donated some this year. Also, the men's house torch, yes. And if it's not enough, then we need to add up. Maybe it's not now, that one we can't talk about that. Yeah. Again, Honorable Tampanga talked about shuttle. And I would like to say something about it. I have practical experience about our shuttle doing examination record. This midterm, I had an experience, which is very, very horrible. Right, Honorable? Around 1 a.m., I was studying. I planned to study to 5 a.m. So I was very, very hungry. And where I was staying was very close to Aiduasi Gate. Once again, the study room at CCB. So I planned, I was going to Aiduasi Gate off campus, get something there, and come back and study. So when I got to the gate, to my surprisingly, all the shops there were closed. Then I was directed by someone to go to the 4 junction, the Kote 4 junction. Over there, the shops, they are still available. They are working 24 hours. So I saw this shuttle. The shuttle just came to, it's aligned there. Some of the students went. So I had wanted to board the shuttle so that my journey would be very quick for me and for my safety as well. To my surprisingly, the security man told me the shuttle is for students studying at the library only. So if you are not studying at the library, you can't board that shuttle. And as Honorable Tampanga said, we, the students, don't have to kind of exchange words with the security men in that way. And he added to it that I'm working under authority. So I have to respect that authority he's working under. And as we all know, say Obi Nimuwa, Obu Akoebi. So the security man didn't know me well. So I went there. I walked to the 4 junction. And when I was coming back, I saw, once again, the shuttle came. And there was a gentleman and a lady at Aiduasi Gate. They said they were going to Kote. In fact, looking at, there was a lot of spaces in the shuttle. Once again, they didn't pick them. So I have to call the chief security at 1 a.m. that there's something going on which we don't understand. Why should a student be there and the shuttle, like, they won't pick the person? This is very bad. So what I understand is maybe it's part of their security measures. By then, I was expecting that they should let the person prove that he or she is a student. Then they just pick you up. Because the shuttle is there for student safety. And someone is at Aiduasi Gate. You are going to Kote with empty bus, and you say you won't pick the person. So, Mr. Speaker, this house is the most powerful house or the most powerful mouthpiece of the students in KNUST. I would love to use this opportunity. Let's kindly advocate and work on this. If this shuttle system, if a shuttle moves from library and the shuttle is going to new site, Kote, if they meet a student on the road, the person just have to prove that he or she is a student. Even if they have to search the person, they just have to search the person. Let the person join the bus. What if they leave the person there and when the person's on his way going, robbers meet him or her and they kill the person? We don't have to experience this again. So, once again, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Honorable Albert will speak because he had a point of information about what Honorable Apparent. Then Honorable, you not say it again. Honorable Tando will then speak. Honorable Tando will then speak because he has a point of information about what he's saying. Honorable Tando, please briefly then.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sitting in this house for almost 2 hours, I just experienced that all the contributions we are giving is accurate.
Please, is your microphone on?
Yeah, it's on. But this is not my main submission. It's just point of information to Honorable Ku's submission. Before we can deal with whatever he was talking about, identity has to be considered. I was telling JB the other day, the Honorable JB the other day, that if you come to this university, we have student ID, but what's the essence of the student ID? What's the essence of this student ID? We have lecture rooms, we have shuttles, but ask yourself, is it everyone that goes to a lecture room or take the shuttle is a student? No. So how are we going to identify those who are not students and those who are students? So to add to his summation as a solution to his problem, please, I don't know whether we should pass a bill or to enforce the usage of the student ID. That's my summation. That's the point of information.
Thank you, Honorable. So I think I made an preference of order in how you speak. I think I said after you are done, who speaks? Honorable Gates, or who? You speak, but you have spoken. So Honorable L is supposed to speak. So Honorable L, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for finally allowing me to speak.
Yes, please.
First of
Please
all,
check your microphone. I don't know why. It's on.
First of all, I would like to send my thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of our deceased sister. Then I would address what Honorable Paul spoke about concerning the watchdogs. So as UNRC, we are, according to the UNRC Constitution, the first aim of the UNRC is to formulate and implement strategies and solutions towards addressing on and off-campus securities. So the watchdog was an initiative that was brought up to beef up security off-campus. And then when we went to the university head of security, we were told on campus, the KNUST security system is for the campus only. But when we go off-campus, it's in the jurisdiction of the Ghana Police Service. So the watchdogs are just there to complement the Ghana Police Service. So if we are able to find a way to, I don't know how to put this, but make the Ghana Police Service, I don't know if I should say do their work very well, but yes. And then let's take a place like New Site Emena Bwedi. Like there's no police station or security checkpoint or anything. Like if the Ghana police could do something like that for us, they would be very happy. And getting close to the medical village and all those places.
All right.
And then yes. Okay, so basically we would need to find a way to speak to the Ghana police, get them involved, and then solve the off-campus security too, as we are talking about on-campus, because most of the students reside off-campus. So as we are doing on-campus with the security, then off-campus would be for the Ghana Police Service. Thank you very much.
All right. Honorable, you did not do your submission. Okay, so please hurry up and do your so that I can let Honorable Newman and Honorable Caesar speak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To my main submission of, to the House.
The House.
So to my main submission, we've all brought our views, and to add mine, this is what I'm suggesting. My suggestion is that there should be a dialogue between the university management and the SRC. And the SRC shouldn't be only the SRC executives, but also parliamentarians. I remember when my brother was speaking, that was Honorable Kelvin. He made a statement about the 80% clause in the UNRC constitution. But
to get these answers, there should be a dialogue between the university management and the SRC. And the SRC shouldn't be only the elected executives, but the parliamentarians, so we can have a dialogue on security. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you. Before I let the honorable speak, please, the time. I've told you, this is the point. I think somebody made very quick. I think Honorable George, very quick. This is what you are saying. You can establish all your sentiments around it. It still doesn't change your point. So your point, then somebody else speak, because this is a very sensitive issue, and it would be beautiful if you have all of us talking. But if you talk so much, it becomes that the next person cannot talk. So please, your time. So Honorable Nima, you speak. Honorable Caesar, you speak. Honorable Abigail, Honorable Paul will speak.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. On the morning of Thursday, 27th February, we were hit by a very devastating news of a student, Joanna.
Honorable Hackman, please, somebody is on the floor.
From College of Science. We all know the incident. I wouldn't want to go into the details of it, especially because it is now a court issue. I wouldn't want to be cited for contempt of court. And so I'll leave the details to the investigative team. With regards to the letters that were released upon the incident by the university, it stated somewhere that the university, 80% of the entire university is under CCTV surveillance. And so we applaud management, because I, for one, have been having discussions with provost and my executives. But for the CCTV camera that was present, we wouldn't have known the suspect. We would have maybe even said that it was a robbery. Or we would have put the blame on the two people who escorted the lady and the gentleman, which happens to be my academic head. And so I really want us to applaud the university for the CCTV cameras being present. However, Honorable Jake made mention that the CCTV coverage is being centralized at a point in all the colleges, because I know there's one in College of Science. UITS has a unit in all of the colleges. We need to have a system like that, where it is decentralized to the various points, the various colleges, the various halls, and the various, intersections on campus. And then they need to have alarm systems or radio sensors to be able to sense some of these movements. Because right now, we should be looking at prevention, not cure. Because the thing has happened. We need to take a cue from this. How do we prevent subsequent events of this nature from happening? And so the university should kindly look at this CCTV issue. We should have it centralized to the various colleges and the various halls. And then I would like to touch on the ratio. What is the ratio of security to students? It is an academic institution, and so I know the university would be considering the ratio of students to lecturers. But then what about that of students to security? We need to look at that. We need to look at that. And also, this week, for instance, because midterm has been taking place, I've been moving about at certain odd times, okay? And I personally see the patrol team. And so the patrol team is working. At the Prempeh Library, I also saw the bus, the mini van over there, to convey students from the Prempeh Library to Gaza. However, it is not enough. That is all that we are saying, that the university is doing something. But unfortunately, what they are doing, it is not enough. Not to say that they are not doing anything, but it is not enough. Mr. Speaker, at this point, I was speaking to my sister this afternoon, and she was telling me that right now she's in shock for me because she feels KNUST is no longer safe. Today you hear this, tomorrow you hear that. And so KNUST is no longer safe. And so College Caucus, we decided to do this. KNUST deserves better security. KNUST deserves better security. For the last time, KNUST deserves better security. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, the Honorable House. Please, Honorable, do you still desire to speak, or he has said all that? Okay, so Honorable Caesar, the floor is yours. Then Honorable Abigail, Honorable Paul.
The Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'd like to commend the House for the points we've raised so far. They are very important, and I think if these points are taken into consideration, there's going to be a lot of change. There are a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but the House has already mentioned a lot. And what I would like to talk about is on guidance and counseling. This issue, in one way or the other, is also concerned, or is also connected to counseling and guidance within the students. But from what I heard and from primary sources, the suspect was undergoing counseling. He was undergoing counseling because after their breakup, they felt insecure and they were undergoing counseling. And from my personal experience, some students from my college came to me saying that they were directed to some counselors, and the experience they got there, they didn't want to go again. I don't know what the experience was, but they didn't want to go again. So I think that the guidance and counseling unit within our college within the university should be improved. They should be more cordial. They should be able to talk to our students more and be able to put their, I don't know how it is. I've not personally gone there, but per my personal experience, there was a day I went to meet a counselor. He was standing outside. I went to him and greeted, "Hello, good afternoon. Please, I want to have a word with you." And immediately he told me that he has something to do. So he has something to even give me the time to talk. And I think that at that point, I got disappointed. I didn't go back again to get it. So I think there should be some improvement in the guidance and counseling aspect. And also, the security, I think we should also organize security campaigns like we did last year. Last year's own was focused on road safety campaigns. Now, I think we should also organize more sensitization on the security campaign, make sure our students are more sensitized on security measures and to be able to protect ourselves from these kind of things, from these kind of incidences. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Honorable Albert, please, shortly.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, I want to say a little bit about my college, that is College of Agric and Natural Resources.
Protocol.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, please, when you get to Agric Junction in the evening, the place is really dark. From Agric Junction to Gaza, and then Dr. Safo stretch, you could realize that the place is so dark, and then there are several students who have been robbed there. Most of these cases may not get to us because sometimes the students will not even feel the need to go and then be reporting to authorities for them to follow up for whatever that has been stolen or taken from that particular student. So, Mr. Speaker, going forward, I think that we should take a critical look at that very area, at Great Junction to Gaza and then to Dr. Safo, Mango Road. The place is very dark. There was a time I was using that very place. I got there is no light. Mr. Speaker, I got there and I have to run because I knew that when I waste time, there may be somebody from nowhere could just come up and then attack me or something like that. So please, that very area, Mango Road, the place is really dangerous at night. So let's get street lights and other things that could help us at least manage the place so that students can be using that place as and when they need a right. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. So, Honorable Clinton, please, the floor is yours.
Mr. Speaker. To add up to what my honorable member said about the security campaigns, I think we are the primordial level of security ourselves as the students. So if we are able to advise them to observe the security measures, I think it will help very much. So I would like to also applaud the university. We did some program, the security awareness campaign program, in collaboration with the Kenya Security Service too as well. So I think it's very, very important with that one. Thank you very much.
All right. So, Honorable Elvis, the floor is yours.
All right, sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. All right, baby. So I would use this opportunity to invite honorable members to the 6th March parade at Independence Hall. So on 6th March, I'll be expecting all of you. Kindly come around and let's have
Item
a
30.
very nice and interactive session. Yes, item 13 is massively assured. All right, so Mr. Speaker, I would like to touch on very important issues. The first one has got to do with our security kiosks on campus. Usually in the evening, from 8:30 p.m. till dawn or something, I usually use the stretch from Gaza to this place, Los Barbados, that area. I usually use that area through to Agreg Junction. From 9 p.m. or from 8:30 p.m. upwards, you get to realize there is no security man in the security kiosk. I don't know the essence of that security kiosk, whether it is there for fashion or it is there to shelter them during daytime. At night or in the evening, security men should be seen in there so that if there is a problem and then somebody is being harmed or something and there is somebody who sees that this is what is happening, the person can, as early as possible, rush to the security kiosk and then speak to the security man in there so that the person can be rescued. Also, the next one has got to do with incentives for the security men or the patrol team. Seriously, when you speak to some of our security men, you get to realize the amount of money they are taking at the end of the month. It is not encouraging. I think NSS, the amount NSS people are taking is far better than what our security men are taking. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure, some of them. And so it doesn't really encourage some of our security men to up their game. Because the whole point is, I am not taking an encouraging amount of money. If I come to rescue you, or if I put myself too much in the work and then I am harmed, who is going to take care of me? So please, if there is a way where the security men who are in the patrol team could be given some incentives so that at least it would encourage them to work more, I think that would be better. Also, my last point has got to do with visibility of the KNUST patrol team. I am very sure that if the school decides to get enough security personnel on campus or decides to get enough security patrol on campus, I think it is very possible. In the sense that, especially on Fridays, just as Honorable JB said, I also don't want to mention the whole. But for some reasons, I'll mention the whole. You get to realize around Unity Hall, Kunti, there are a lot of security men over there. And you see like 4 or 3 patrol cars situated there, just in front of Kunti. You see, you see them on their motor bikes, and then you can see like 20 motorbikes around Kunti, just Kunti. So you get to understand what of the students who are working around KSB, who are working around Agreg Junction and all that. All right, so please, we need to get enough of the security men who are going to patrol at night so that at least we will feel some sense of security. Because at this point in time, when this particular issue happened, my family members, some of them have called me, and then the whole thing looks like, Elvis, are you safe? You see? And then I told them, I am very safe. But at this point in time, we need to make sure we increase the number of security men who do the patrol at night. Thank you so much, Right Honorable.
Thank you. So, after Honorable Gifty speaks, Honorable Priscilla will speak, Honorable Gate will speak, Honorable Abednego will speak. Then one last person will give submission. Then we move to any other business, adjournments and announcement, closing prayer, recess, then we'll close. Please, we are far behind time. So the very honorables that will speak, please, precise as possible.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate our security personnel on campus. Personally, I know people that they are part of them. And for me, those people are really working well. I would like to add something to what Honorable Elvis Nkrumah, that is my hall president, said, a proud Spartan. With regards to the kiosk or the posts, the security post, personally, when I was in first year, I used to go to the senior club star. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Senior staff clubhouse.
Staff down there. There are a lot. There are three. I saw 3 security posts or kiosks over there, surrounded by bush. As at that time when I was in first year, with no security man over there. Sometimes I have to just walk alone and go there. Walking from Great Hall, let me say the library, to that place, you don't meet any security man.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to give an information. Please, the caucus head should gather the AOCB from your people so that things move fast. So right after they are done. So the AOCBs.
Okay. So, and I will not meet any security man. And this is even a security zone area, which is campus, is within campus. And please, with regards to the fact that the KNUST security system, they are only concerned about things on campus, as in they are supposed to secure things on campus. They can also take measures to ensure security off campus. I don't know if it can be possible, but if they can install...
Honorable Hackman.
If they can install security posts off campus and put people there to make sure that the security system off campus is very effective.
Please, you can talk. Yes.
I'm also saying that I know that the school can do something about it because we are their priority. And most of us are off campus. I actually felt it when I was off campus last year. Because there are some hostels that they don't have study rooms. And you have no other option. For instance, if your roommate is a very noisy type and you cannot study and you need a very quiet and conducive place to study, you have to come to campus definitely and come and study. So I'm suggesting that if the school and management can do something about it, let's say the security posts, they can put some off campus, the very serious point, and then put people in charge. And also the security posts that they already have on campus, they should make sure it's effective by putting people there. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable. So, Honorable, who was supposed to speak after Honorable? Honorable Priscilla. Yeah, Honorable Priscilla.
Thank you very much, Ika. I would like to suggest something and make some information. With regards with the patrol team, I've literally realized that they actually have a particular place that they patrol to. They don't go everywhere on campus. And then as to where they go to, they don't come out of their cars to patrol to various places to check if things are on point or if everyone is safe. Yes, please. So that is what I have to say with regards to the patrol team. And secondly, I would love to say this to the SRC executives, most especially to the Women's Commissioner, because it looks like the issue or the current case has actually caused a panic and fear in most ladies. It got to a time you could realize that ladies will be like, I don't want to go out in the evening because if I go out, I don't know what will happen to me. So I'm actually pleading, if only she could do it, that she organize a mental campaign for only ladies to actually have a talk with them. So basically, that is what I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable, who was supposed to speak first? Is it Honorable Gates or Honorable Kelvin will speak, the Honorable Tando, then Honorable.
Thank you for the opportunity that you've given to me, Right Honorable. I want to borrow the words of my very own brother, Honorable Tando. Mr. Speaker, time is fast spent. Tomorrow is Sunday. We will go to church. So kindly let us put into consideration all the submission that you are about to make and make a solid bill so that we will bring it on the floor of Parliament and the bill that will enhance security so that we will cut everything short. The time is fast spent. Tomorrow is Sunday too. We have to go to church. Thank you.
So tomorrow is Sunday. We have church. Honorable Tando.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my submission has to do with the first submission I made. I went out and I spoke to Honorable Elvis, I spoke to Honorable JB, and they didn't get what I was saying. What I said at first is that this is the time that we've gotten. Please, let's push for a dialogue between student leaders and the university management on security. Yes, direct dialogue. That's where whatever you are putting up here as views or considerations can be considered there. Please, Mr. Speaker, this is an important submission. Please, we as parliamentarians and the SRC should come together. Let's push for a dialogue between the university management and the student leaders on security. Thank you. And I think tomorrow is
Sunday, yes. You're welcome. So we'll take the AOCB, any other credible business from the caucus heads. Then,
please, before we get to the AOCB, I would like to second what Honorable Tando is saying.
But that has been captured in what Honorable Kelvin said. He said we should just put it into a bill because if we are requesting for dialogue, first, the best way to request for dialogue is when we have something to present that this is what he's saying. So on this document, let us meet and deliberate on that document. So we'll just stick to what Honorable Kelvin said. And then, yeah. So the whole caucus, Honorable Paul. Okay, so I'll start from Honorable Hackman, are you ready? Okay, so Honorable Hackman, the Honorable George, the Honorable Paul. Then you would do announcements and then adjournments.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. Well, to begin with ISA. Honorable member says that there are no active security systems at Brunei, according to her. And also, she doubts that the CCTV system works out there, but they pay lots of money and they don't see anything, according to her. That's what she's saying. And there is insecurity and theft as well at Brunei, which is part of the UNRC, non-residential caucus. And also, no Wi-Fi at Brunei for almost 2 years now. So according to her, the Wi-Fi systems, they are ineffective. And also, the security man also comes to work at night and sleep throughout the night, which means, and then they bed, let me say it like that. And there is still no representation of ISA in the SRC administration, which is seeing no progress. And also, Mr. Speaker, with respect to the shuttle system at Kote, normally the drivers, they come anytime they want, especially when it's at MISEP. You see, people are having class at 8 a.m., and you are coming at 8:30. By that time, the time would have been far spent. And there is also a 4 junction at the Kote 4 junction, yeah. So I think that one, my honorable member says that I think it's a traffic regulation problem. So it's a traffic regulation problem. Okay. Mr. Speaker, let me add this, please, I beg you. I would like to.
Please, an honorable member is on the floor.
I would like to clarify matters. I would like to apologize for my earlier statement, which may not have augured well with my other honorable members. Please, I just meant that there are some hostels with some learning areas, just like how Honorable Gifty said, and even the lady, let me say, Miss, may his soul rest in peace. Even in a hostel, Flint, they have a learning area, but it's not all that proper. So I was just advocating that there should be proper learning system. The school can do something about it because they have some hostels they speak to. They have some hostels which are liaised with the school. And so please, it's not like I'm deliberately saying students should not come and learn. And please, so I would like to hand over to Honorable. So he just explains that it's not my time. Thank you very much.
And please, I was talking about the 4 junction around Kuti. I'm just trying to say that it would be best if we get traffic lights there. Because most of the times, the tractor drivers just move anyhow and then there will be traffic congestion there. So if there could be traffic lights there to regulate the movement of the cars. And Mr. Speaker, the final thing, punctuality. Mr. Speaker, punctuality. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Please, you realize that, I don't know if you've all taken notice of this. At OOCB, we see a lot of things, but barely do you even see the House making progress on it. The reason is that the House runs on bills. That is the truth. Some of the things you say, I meet those, we talk about it, and we may not even visit them again because I may forget. You get me? But if there is supposed to be traffic regulation of campus, and then maybe you've presented a bill, the sense of the bill is that this is what the students are saying because you're the student mouthpiece. But if we don't have anything like that, any conversation we have, how do we even establish sustainability of that conversation? You get me? And then you all can be sponsors of a bill. You get what I'm saying? So you have a problem about something, and you feel that the House is slow about it enough, you just sponsor the bill. So please, let's take that practice too. You see me, I can get you a legal person to assist you, and then you do the thing, you do what is supposed to be done. So please, let's take that into practice. Honorable Judge, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. So with AOCB, the first issue I would like to talk about is from the College of Agric and Natural Resources. I think when it comes to the shuttle systems, where it passes is not favorable to the students going to NCB, which is the Renewable Natural Resource Faculty. Because when the busing system from the commercial area gets to the Peace Junction bus stop, the next bus stop is the bus stop at Castle Hayford. And then between the Peace Junction bus stop and the bus stop at Castle Hayford, they don't pick any student on the road. So the best route for the shuttle to go is the Ayediase stretch, which is the Ayediase main route, where the Unity Hall bus stop is. So that when it gets to the library mall, it can then turn towards the Castle Hayford building. So that's a submission from Honorable Albert Ahetu. The next submission is from Honorable Nisi. She's complaining about the small vans that pick students from the library during night studies. She's saying that the busing system stop at Ayediase, which is not the right place for them to stop, because students are coming from places like St. Teresa's, Frontline Inn, which are very, very risky areas. So I think the busing system should enter the town, should go inside. Yeah, so that's the next submission. The third submission is on welfare. I think that as Parliament, together with SRC and then our various departments, we need to be able to work on how to roll out the welfare packages. It turns out that, for example, food bank, SRC does food bank, the college does food bank, the departments also do food bank. And then sometimes they run it at the same time. During these instances, people can apply for all these food bank and then benefit from all of them. Meanwhile, we have students who are also hungry, but then they will not be able to benefit from any of them. So I think we need to watch how we roll out our welfare packages so that it can be able to benefit a lot of students. Yeah, so I think we can do that. We can do this through collaboration with the SRC, the colleges, DOSA, and then the various departments. The next submission is on Wi-Fi systems. I think this year we need to work hand in hand with DOSA to be intentional about the extension of Wi-Fi systems, and also to make sure that the existing Wi-Fi systems are also working everywhere. Because, for example, if you come to my college, for instance, the College of Engineering, the famous study area on campus is located there, which is the PB tent. A lot of students learn there, but then the Wi-Fi system there is very, very bad. So I'm pleading with the House that we should work hand in hand with DOSA to make sure that some of these issues are fixed. The next issue I'd like to talk about is from Honorable Tampanga. He's saying that our shuttle systems in KNUST are disgracing us. Sometimes you see students rushing into the shuttles and then people are posting it all over social media. It doesn't speak well of the institution. So he's suggesting that we are able to expand the shuttle systems so that it can reduce the pressure on the systems. Also, he's saying that, also from Honorable Sivetlana, she's saying that I think she spoke about the fact that the shuttle systems, which is going from pharmacy to medical village, are not enough, and then nothing has been done about it. So I think we should also add this to our action plans. Lastly, I would just like to communicate an event to the whole of KNUS. I know that this is a very, very big platform. World Engineering Day is coming. World Engineering Day is on the 4th of March. And this year, the theme is Shaping a Sustainable Future Through Engineering. The event is going to be happening at Kumapli at 9 a.m. on 4th of March 2025. And I'm inviting all parliamentarians to be present at this event. There's a last AOCB. Exactly. So there's a last AOCB. I think that during mid-semester and an exams period, they normally open the main library, which is Prempeh, the second library. Meanwhile, we also have college libraries. I think that if we are able to also open this libraries for 24 hours, it's going to help reduce the pressure on Prempeh, the second library. Because right now, a lot of people have the impression that anytime it's examination periods, Prempeh, the second library will be full by 6 p.m. So I think that if you're able to extend the college libraries, it's going to reduce the pressure on the Prempeh, the second library. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Honorable JB, points of information.
A clarification on the food bank that my caucus head mentioned. One thing that we are supposed to note is that the food bank is not being decentralized. It's centralized, and it's being done by only DOSA. So whatever you want to do, even at your departmental level, you have to still channel it through DOSA, and then they will do it on your behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Paul, the floor is yours. You take your submission.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And then I want past student leaders to understand or to accept that the 16th Hall Caucus head of the Src Parliamentary Council is the most active caucus because we have a number of AOCBs. Like, we have a lot of concerns for us to raise. Mr. Speaker, first, from Honorable Kelvin, he's saying that we should be time conscious. We should be time conscious. From University Hall Katanga, Honorable Anthony is saying that, you see, from Indus through to the library to Katanga, you see that stretch? The way students that drive, they speed on that stretch, it's too much. So if something can be done about it, because it's more or less like it happens during the evenings, right? So we shouldn't wait for someone to be knocked down before we come here again and come and do care university students deserve. No. Yes. So if we can provide speed ramps there, or there might be some checks or something to make sure that the students that drive, or even not for only students, but people that drive speedily there should be checked. That is from Anthony Katanga, our president. And then this is from all of us. Mr. Speaker, we have been talking about this. Last administration, they talked about this. We are still talking about it. The Wi-Fi systems in the traditional halls are bad. They are bad, Mr. Speaker. And then we just come here, we sit here, we say it, and nothing is done about it. Mr. Speaker, please, this time around, we are pleading. We are pleading. We don't want it to get to a particular point where, you understand. So the Wi-Fi systems in the halls are not working. And then when you check the fees that students pay, the hall residents, they pay. And this is from Honorable Anthony. We pay something that we call ICT fees. ICT fees. ICT fees. We don't know what we are using that money for. I believe we want some clarification on that because we are student leaders and then some of our students too are asking us about it. So we want clarification about why or what are they using our 84 Ghana cedis for. Because we are paying 84 Ghana cedis. Every student in KN University too is paying. So we want to understand what management is using the 84 Ghana cedis for, and then we explain it to our residents for them to understand the value of money. Also, this is from Honorable Kelvin of Queen's Hall and Honorable Esenam of Independence Hall. They are saying that we student leaders, we must be mindful of how we are addressing these issues. We are concerned, but let's make sure that we don't hit so hard on the security personnel because we don't know the system that they follow. So that should be for all of us. And this is from me. This is from me, yes. I'll come back to it. And this is from me. What I'm saying is that this is a caution to all students. It is in our student's guide that no student is allowed to speak to any media house. As a student, don't go and stand somewhere, media house will come on campus and you'll be explaining. No. As a student, don't talk to any external media or don't talk to any media house concerning this issue or any issue that has the name of KN University. That is what is stipulated in the student's guide. So let's take that into account. All right. So Honorable Abigail of Africa Hall is saying that we have not heard anything about this. Mr. Speaker, I think it's high time we start respecting ourselves when it comes to AOCB. Because
I think
I'm coming, Mr. Speaker.
I think we should ignore and then let's just talk. Just talk. Please, he's on the floor, please. The Honorable has the floor. Please respect the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for valuing the whole caucus. Thank you. So what she's saying is that she has not heard anything concerning the summoning of other executives. She's not part of the appointment committee, so some of these things. But we will come back and then explain the reports and then give a report to the House very soon. And she's saying that particularly Africa Hall, their Wi-Fi is not working at all. At all. At all. Queen's Hall too is not working. Mr. Speaker, we are paying for it too. We are paying for the Wi-Fi. So if it's not working, then some part of Conti 2 is not working. Some part of Republic Hall is not working. Mr. Speaker, all the halls. The Wi-Fi are not working. In fact, all the halls. And the residents too are complaining. They are complaining. On this note, I would like to inform KN University university community and the student leaders too, that from henceforth, Republic Hall, I mean, we are in the learning process, so you can choose to teach me and I will learn. So henceforth, some blocks at Republic Hall has CCTV cameras now. Yes. So I would like to commend the hall management, hall master, hall tutor, and the hall executives. We have security cameras now in Republic Hall. So for some of you that come around and you be doing it, we are watching you. So thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
You're welcome. The floor is open for a motion to be filed for adjournment of the sitting, since all items are duly observed. Honorable Jake, the floor is yours.
Move the motion for adjournment. Move the motion.
Honorable Jake, the floor is yours.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for letting me on this. Before I move the motion, I want to say one thing that's been disturbing me a lot. Well, recently,
please, the floor is open strictly for adjournments. Move the.
Mr. Speaker, it's going to be brief, very brief.
The floor is
very
open
brief.
only for adjournments.
Very brief.
Honorable
Mr. Speaker, very brief. So as I was saying, in governance, the fourth wheel of governance, I think, is the media. We have a number of media outlets on campus, and they are doing very well. And the only time you see them doing very well is when it comes to backlashing student leaders. But when student leaders do something that's supposed to be
you have to pay
commended, they will not say. They will be posting about random stuff that are not necessary.
Yes, please.
So if they are listening to me,
yes, please,
I plead with them that they should try to amplify some of the things, some of the efforts that,
yes,
like
please.
what Honorable Paul did like this. It's a very commendable something.
Yes, please.
Throughout the week, though something happened, but I've never seen any media outlet post about something like that.
No.
I don't want to mention names. But recently, I had to.
Honorable, I thought you said your point is very brief.
Very short.
Honorable, at this point, I think
the media outlets,
yes,
we are pleading with them. They should help us.
Yes, please.
The media is the fourth arm of government.
Yes, please.
They should help us.
Yes, please.
Yeah, they know. Okay,
all right.
Thank you. So, on the adjournment, I, Honorable Lamte Kweku Abednego, the MP for Bomso Ahensan constituency, move that this house be adjourned.
Honorable Itel, you have the floor. Honorable General Secretary for Africa. Honorable, you have the floor.
I, Honorable Itel Adaimensa, the General Secretary for Africa Hall, second the motion, moved by Honorable J.
The motion is filed. The motion is filed, duly accepted. The House is adjourned until further notice. Thank you. They are sharing the food. And please again, sign for your allowance. And then sign for your allowance. But they are sharing the food. Please, we've not closed. Closing prayer. Closing prayer, please. Please, the House. The House. The house, please, the closing prayer. I've done the announcements. Yes. Please, I just took, we will discuss that off camera. So I will talk about that. Please, if you, please, the leadership corner. Tomorrow we have videos. I need just 2 people. Just 2 people, please. 2 people for this settlement. 1 for this settlement, 1 for the other one. Tomorrow we'll shoot it in the evening, so please. Please, the closing prayer, then we'll talk about all those. Oh God, please, we are praying. Oh God, grant us a vision of our university, fair as it might be, a university of righteousness when none shall wrong his neighbor, a university of plenty where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a university of brotherhood where all success shall be founded on service and honor will be given to the deserving, a university of peace where the house shall rest on the will of the people and love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, sacrifice to speed the day of the coming of the beauty of KNUST, Ghana and Africa. Amen.
Amen.
So please, the leadership corner. Please. Please, we'll take a picture, but after the recess.